and gentlemen, and welcome to this. It's part 2 of January's edition of Question Mark to celebrate 1,700 subscribers here on YouTube. We answered a load of questions last week, so hopefully we'll get the rest of them finished today. Hopefully. You may remember last week I was having a tooth extracted. I had my back right wisdom tooth out. Today I feel very sick, so I'm hoping to get this done as quickly as possible. Ha! Me and quick. Lol. So, Jake L says, "Hey Mark, been a subscriber since the bathroom era of shooting from the horse's mouth. Hey, congratulations on the latest milestone. Question, I really like to get into Brit scene, but due to being a student, I don't have the funds or means of travel to get to see companies like PCW or Future Shock. I live in the Midlands and at uni in the Bedfordshire area. I am currently thinking we could go to one of the closer ICW shows on their next tour. I was wondering if you recommend any companies within my area. Thanks for many years of entertaining videos and the odd MSN conversation here and there a few years ago." Dating it a little bit there, I can't remember the last time I went on MSN. Does MSN even exist anymore? Wasn't it merged with Skype a few? Anyway, Brit scene is huge at the moment, but Bedfordshire is one of the areas that doesn't seem to have much. I went onto Google Earth and I looked at Bedfordshire. I was looking at what's in Bedfordshire and all that. It's like nothing at all, really. Your best bet is what I would say is if you want to see companies like PCW or Future Shock, get the DVDs. Both companies, PCW are on Vimeo and I have an on-demand service. I know that Future Shock's on-demand service is coming this year. So if you don't want to spend too much on DVD, I think that it's cheaper to watch them online, to get them on demand. Regarding live, you've got one of the problems you've got is where you are. If you live in the Midlands, you've got a lot more choice. In actual Bedfordshire itself, not so much. St Neots isn't too far from Bedfordshire. That's up south side, run there. Regarding Midlands, when you're back home from uni, different story. Fight Club Pro in Wolverhampton, Pro Wrestling Kingdom, Kamikaze Pro, to name a few, Attack. They all run in the Coventry, Birmingham area. So, you're all right when you get home, but as a student, it's with the funds especially, you're always going to be limited, aren't you? So what I would say is, if you want to see ICW, go and do that. I went to the Liverpool show last year, thoroughly enjoyed myself, will expect to be going again. But yeah, I'd do it on demand personally until you get back from home from uni, and then I'm sure there'll be so much more choice. When you're not saying a specific town or city where you are, be it where you were originally from or where you're at uni, I can't help you out that much. It's quite a vague question. That's what I'll say. Cheers for your support for over the years, though. Thank you very much. Shan45334 says, "Hi Mark, congratulations on reaching 1,000 subscribers. 1,700 subscribers, sorry. In your opinion, were WWE to bring Mania over here, which I highly doubt will happen, but still, would you expect it to be on the scale they produce in the States? Not the Skates. That would be madness. With all the festivities such as access and other stuff, you would expect a low-key Mania hype over here. I still don't get why WWE can't sacrifice a year and bring Mania over here. I know time difference being a major factor, but they make loads of money anyway, and it will be summing different. Look at the appeal the World Cup has, for example, when staged in different countries. Just the excitement WWE could create, and also in a sense of giving something back to UK fans. I think they would do it the whole kit and caboodle, as it were. You just need to look at SummerSlam 92. I know it's a long time ago now, but the crowd that was at Wembley Stadium that day was huge. Absolutely massive. And, the house shows that WWE run over here are still popular. Even though we're getting 2 or 3 a year at the moment, they're still massively popular. I think that WrestleMania, at the end of the day, brings such a lot of money into its host city, and there's so much wrestling and related stuff. You see a lot of wrestling companies go into the city where WrestleMania is being hosted, and they put on their own wrestling shows. I'd love it if it came over here. The Raw ratings prove that when Raw is on the tape delay, it makes no difference whatsoever, even if you can find the spoilers online, because it's one of those, look, this is going to seem like a crazy thing, but quite a lot of wrestling fans don't like seeing spoilers, so avoid the dirt sheets or wrestling news sites or Twitter or Facebook or anything, because they want to watch the product as it is. I I don't know why they don't. It's one of those things that, the time difference factor, I suppose you could take into, but I don't think it'd be that bad. I mean, would it be that bad to have WrestleMania on, let's say, 3 in the afternoon? That'd be an 8 o'clock start time over here, wouldn't it? I mean, it wouldn't be that bad. And at the end of the day, we have to stay up until 1, 2 in the morning to watch all their shows. And we are, without a doubt, the most loyal, passionate wrestling fans that there are. They tell us every time they come over, and I'm sure they wouldn't lie to us. I think, to answer your question, they do it the whole hog. Everything, all the access, all the kit and caboodle, everything. Sean Donnelly says, congratulations on the 1,700 subscribers. Man, cheers, buddy. In your opinion, who's the next up-and-coming wrestler in Britain? Tyler Bate is my choice, instantly. He is so good. He is in his teenage years, and he is a young guy, but he's got the fundamentals down. Storytelling's fantastic, moves are fantastic, and his charisma has come on in leaps and or bounds over the last few years. One thing I always say about Tyler Bate is that I don't have a lot of good feeling and goodwill towards the Great Bear promotions, but one of the things that they did is they took a young, untested Tyler Bate and gave him a shot in the ring. Well done to that one. So yeah, Tyler Bate would be my choice. Josh Bywater just asks, hey Mark, hope you had a great Christmas and congratulations on 1,700 subscribers. My Christmas was boring as sin, as always, but thank you very much for the congratulations. I've been watching your videos for the past couple of years, and I've been wondering about your history on YouTube. Oh dear. When did you make your first channel? How many channels have you made? How many subscribers has each channel had? Keep up the great work. I'm looking forward to another year of entertaining videos. That would be an entire video in itself, wouldn't it? Is there a short version? Short version. Short version. I started making videos in 2006. I started making CRCW videos, which we talked about in part 1. Backyard wrestling. But indoors, we thought we were the most innovative people in the world. Honestly, we thought that we were the dog's balls, because we did backyard wrestling, but inside. So we were more hardcore, because if you get DDT'd on tiles, it hurts more than getting DDT'd on grass and shit like that. I got talked into doing a Q&A by Big Rob 1997, who now is the Sarcastic Venom, a long time ago. And then from there I started doing reviews and I started getting followers, and my original Pearson 101 account had about 3,000 subscribers, something like that. I've had about 5 or 6 channels now, believe it or not. This one's been going since 2012. And the old channel is still online as well. That's been going since 2010, and that one, the reason I stopped using the old channel is because I got a copyright strike, and it knocked away. If you get a copyright strike, it does 2 things for you, which is a pain in the arse. The first one is it knocks off your monetization ability, so you can't monetize your vids. That's not the end of the world. It's one of those whatever. But it puts a time limit on your vids, so you can only do 15-minute uploads, and for me, as you can probably tell by majority of my videos are longer than that, so that just doesn't work for me. So I decided on the last channel to cut my losses and just go fuck it. About 5 or 6 channels. First one went down for strikes against UBW, and then I lost the second one for, I used to upload DJ mixes. My DJ mixes are straight onto YouTube, and I got 3 copyright strikes for music on the next one. And then I think there was the one where I told my subscribers to go fuck themselves, which was a fun one to do because I was in a bad place at that time. Do you know, instantly I think you can put the, my, no, I won't say that. We've all had roughly about the same amount of subscribers, all about what we're on now on this one, which is why it's one of those blaggy things that it's taken so long to get to 1,700. My old channel has 1,999 subscribers as we speak, which makes me smile, I think. But yeah, it will be another. That's like a condensed version. I've been doing this a long time, far longer than I ever expected to be doing it. For example, like last week when I started the other week when I started the new season of 10 years ago, season 6, and you start going. I remember at the first video that I did, I remember saying on it, look, this series in theory will never end because it's just an ongoing thing. It's always going to be 10 years ago. So if you told me when I started that, in 6 years' time you'll still be doing this, you'll be like, fuck off. Of course you won't. Because I'll move on and do better things with my time. What I have always said is that this channel is the last one. If this one goes down, no more, because it's just one of those. I don't know. I thought I would have stopped doing this by now, and I think the only reason I haven't is because you guys are still watching. It's why I talk about my views so often. And, you know, as the views continue to go down, it's one of those, it requires more and more motivation to do it. When my 1998 series started and I was getting 1,000 views a vid, that was all good. But towards the end of last year, and it was getting 500 views a time, you sat there going, is it even worth starting a new series? You know, it's one of those, it's hard to get them motivated. But yeah, that's a short leap through my history here on YouTube. The great Aaron Morrison says, hi, my question for you, Mark, is with the move of Alonso to, an F1 question. With the move of Alonso to McLaren and Vettel to Ferrari, do you think it was the right move for both men? Do you think it will make both manufacturers more of a title contenders? Do you think it's Mercedes and everyone else at this point? The thing with Alonso is that he gave years of his F1 career, and some would say the best years of his F1 career, because if you look at how well he's driven those terrible Ferraris this last couple of years, he is in my... I need to point this out first of all. I'm a massive Fernando Alonso fan, and I genuinely believe that he is the best F1 driver in the world out there. I really believe that he's given the best years of his career, the best driving he's ever done, to Ferrari. And what have they given him? These shit cars, one after the other. Shit. I'm not a massive fan of McLaren. I don't like McLaren very much. I've been a Ferrari fan forever. So having Ferrari and Alonso, and and the fact that he hasn't won the championship for him has been so frustrating. So, not a massive McLaren fan, but happy that Alonso's gone there, because he might be able to give him a competitive car. The Honda engine should be good and all that. The flip side, of course, is I really don't like Sebastian Vettel. And I love Ferrari. And I think it's going to be how it was back in the mid-90s when, I really didn't like Michael Schumacher because I was a massive Damon Hill fan. So when Michael Schumacher joined Ferrari, it's like, oh, man. And then, of course, he won all those championships, all those races, made the Scuderia successful again. Happy days. I think for Vettel's one of his big challenges, isn't it? You won 4 championships in a row. Right, go and do it in a worse car than the all-conquering Red Bulls, you know? So, yeah, I think it's a good move for everyone. I've got to say, I think this next season will again be a Mercedes domination. I think it's the season after that's going to be different. The Quagmire says, hi, Mark. As Mark Andrews is now signed with TNA, how do you think he will fare in the company? How much will him being small in height and his body size affect him? Of course, he will do well in amazing things in the X Division, but beyond that, what do you predict? I do worry about his size. I'm not going to take anything away from Mark Andrews' ability. Man to the Drews is an amazing wrestler. Every time I've seen him, it's been every time it's been yes. And I'm really, really proud of the fact that I've had the opportunity to call a couple of his matches in Great Bear, as mentioned earlier on. He's not the biggest of guys, is he? But I'm hoping that, Spud's not the biggest of guys, and look what's happened to him. He has to go through such a radical character change, but he pulled it off and showed that he's got the talent to do so. So, it's not going to make me watch TNA, let's put it that way. And it's one of those things, to say what it seemed like in a year, because obviously when Rockstar Spud won the boot camp, and he's like, he's going to go over there and he's going to kick ass. And like I say, such a radical change in character. I don't think anyone can predict how he's going to do. Does that make sense? I just hope he does all right, though. Mr. Jimmy Crack Horse says, hi, Mark, congratulations on the subs. Going to go left... Oh, this one's going to be an interesting one. Going to go left field on this one, as I've recently got a bunny of my own. You've got a dwarf lop here, which sounds amazing. Any chance of one, if not a few, videos on bunny care? What do you feed yours? Bedding choices, toys, exercise, etc. Also wondering if we could get a review of the NXT R Evolution show from last month. Right, first, I'll answer your second one first. No, because there's been no demand for it. The way I work with current wrestling is that I will watch current pay-per-views sometimes and review them, but there's got to be demand for it. I talked on part 1 about the Wrestle Kingdom 9. There's just been no demand for the review. No one wants to see it, so I'm not going to do it. I've got a very, very tight schedule when it comes to videos at the best of times. I've already talked on part 1 how this month is very, very tight videos wise, especially because I lose a week by being in Spain. So you never know, actually. I've got a day, right, check this out. I've got a day when I'm in Barcelona. On the Thursday, I get there on the Wednesday, I'm there till the Tuesday. And on the Thursday, both my brothers are at work. So I've got a day to kill. Now, it all depends on the weather, of course. But if the weather isn't great, there is a very good chance you're going to get a review from Spain. My brother's got internet, for goodness sake. It's going to be not a difficult one to do. But, it's like I say, from this point, if you're watching this in 6 months' time, this won't make a lot of sense. But at this moment in time, it's Tuesday the 13th. So far, the rest of the month, I've got to do TNA Final Resolution from 2005, and then I've got to do WCW Sold Out 99, and then I've got to do Royal Rumble 2005. So there's 3 more vids to come this month alone, and that's if I don't watch this year's Royal Rumble as well. You know, so I know it's you've got half a month to do 3 videos. What the fuck is wrong with you? Yeah, but it's I can hear people saying that now, but it's the whole. It takes me a lot of time. I've talked about this, a lot of time to do videos. I don't just go, right, let's sit down and watch a pay-per-view. It takes time. So, yeah, regarding that one, if there's ever demand for it, and I'm talking, I need you to set me on Twitter, on Facebook, or here on YouTube. Send me messages. Will you please review it? I want to see what you think. If I get enough of them, I'll review it. It'll be that simple, right? Rabbits. Rabbits. There are lots and lots and lots of good videos here on YouTube of rabbit care. So what I'll do is I'm not going to do a whole video for you because you'll be the only person who watches it. Think about it. So what I'll do is talk amongst yourself if you don't care about rabbits. First things first, I'll do a couple of points, right? First things first, and this is the most important one, I think, all right, is this. This is hay, all right? We buy one of those a week for our farm, all right? They should always have good quality hay. Pay the extra for decent quality. Don't go to Tesco and get a little kilogram block of hay because it'll be shit. It'll be really poor. Find a specialist pet store like we've got here in Stoke. We've got a place called Pen Park, and they are pet specialists. They don't sell pets, they sell pet stuff. Does that make sense? And yeah, we get that from there. It costs £9.50 a bag, but our rabbits adore it. And basically, that's one of the things. Try them out with different foods, all right? Don't give them too many treats. People seem to think that, let me show you something, right? People seem to think that because Bugs Bunny loves munching his carrots, that, rabbits should have lots of carrots. So people overfeed them and you get fat rabbits, all right? So a carrot like that, I would give that 1 carrot to our 4 rabbits. It'd be chopped into 4 pieces, all right? Hay should always be their main diet. Don't give them too much fruit and veg. Give them some fruit and veg. What we do is we give them hay for breakfast, and then we'll give them some greens, some spinach or something like that for lunch, just a handful of it, and then they get hay for tea. All right. I don't know if yours is living inside or outside. If it's inside, rabbit-proof your house as much as you can. You'll find your rabbit in the most random of places, and you look at the rabbit and go, how in God's name did you get there? But the flip side, so rabbit-proof everything. Any wires that they could possibly get anywhere near needs to be covered up. They can't get to wires. Our Thumper, I don't know how he's alive because he got round the back of our telly and decided, you see all these wires around the back of here? The one I really like is the Xbox wire. I'm going to eat through the Xbox power cable. And he did. He chewed straight through it. How he didn't electrocute himself, I have no idea. I have no clue. But you'll find things like that. Lastly, you mentioned exercise, right? And toys. Toys is, give them whatever you want. They'll make their own entertainment. But cardboard boxes, rabbits love them because they can eat them. And they can hide inside them and all that. Exercise, it all depends, right? With ours are 4 all house rabbits. They've got a pen, they've got 2 pens in the living room, 2 in each pen, right? But they have the whole house to run around in, okay? All the doors are open when they're out, apart from the toilet, because I don't want them jumping up onto the toilet and falling in. Every other room is open. All the other rooms are rabbit-proofed. So they get the whole house to run around in, which of course means that they're really happy. Because think about it, they need as much exercise as you can give them. Think about exercise they would get if they were wild rabbits. So yeah, lots of hay, not too many treats, as much exercise and as much space as you can give them. All right, that's Marc's 3 top tips. All right, for growing rabbits. And everyone who doesn't give a fuck about rabbits, welcome back. Greetings from the States, says ZCB96. Greetings from the States. Marc with a C. I've been a fan for a few... Thank you for that. It's been a few years. I've been a fan for years now, and I would like to thank you for being one of my favourite wrestling talkers on YouTube. Thank you very much. Congratulations on 1,700 subscribers. Thank you very much. It's well deserved. Anyway, here's my question. What is your favourite episode of OSW review from 2014? I can't wait for the next few reviews to come out as they're reviewing WWF and WCW shows from the first few months of 2001. Thanks. So, your second point, I mean, when I was watching the Halloween Havoc review, I knew that at the end of the vid they would show us the next storyline arc they were doing, and I'm sat there always, whenever they're going to review a new storyline, it's always please don't do something that I've got coming up, because I will not be able to review it as well as you guys will be. So for example, this year that I've got to review One Night Stand 2005, and their review of it is so fucking good. It's one of those, what's the point in me reviewing it? What is the point? So when we got to the end of the Halloween Havoc review, and they showed that they were doing Mania 17, my favourite ever pay-per-view, and combined with 2001 Royal Rumble and No Way Out, which are two of my favourite pay-per-views, combined with the Final Nitro and the simulcast Raw, it was just one of those, oh, fucking hell, that is amazing. My favourite one that they've done this year is probably either the Heatwave 98 one, or the Capital Carnage 98 one, both from 1998. They were both absolutely stunning. But they haven't done a bad. They've been a vintage year this year, OSW. I'm so proud to be one of their super bras, owning their t-shirts and being followed by Jay. It means the world. It's the absolute. And Jay being in my intro for my Christmas bed. That is incredible. So that's what I'll say from them. I can't wait for the new season art. I can't wait. They're going to do the Golden Knockers, I assume, and then we'll get Rumble 2001. One of, if not the best Rumbles that there's ever been, because I'm sure, I gave it 9.75 out of 10 or something like that. It's only the women's match that lets the card down. The rest of the show is fucking great. So it's going to be interesting to see, because their best vids are where they're giving out about things, aren't they? So it's going to be interesting to listen to them review shows that are really good, GMOS316 says, congratulations on the 1,700 subscribers, Mark with a CP. What do you believe was the worst part of the Attitude Era? Matches, storylines, gimmicks, keep up the auction work? It's probably a bit of everything, wasn't it? The worst part is that, for me, is that the art of telling a story was lost during the Attitude Era, and it's never really recovered from it, in my opinion. I think a lot of fans, if you ask them what the favourite matches were from the Attitude Era, 9 times out of 10 they'll be very, very brutal. It'll be like the TLC matches or the I Quit match that I reviewed recently. There's very few fans that will say just a straight wrestling match, because there wasn't very many just straight wrestling matches. There was a lot of brawling, a lot of crowd brawling, and it was so... At the time it was so good, but looking back at it now, one of the things, I've said this before, I said on the 1998 series, one of the things you realise very quickly is how overrated the Attitude Era really was, especially on pay-per-view. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to sit here and say it wasn't great. There was great wrestling, great TV. But yeah, for me, it's the lack of storytelling in a lot of the matches. You can't tell a good story if you're rolling in the crowd, in my opinion. So that's what I'll go with. I mean, don't get me wrong, some of the storylines were fucking awful. The gimmicks were awful. If you're going to go for the matches, the storylines, or the gimmicks, you can say there are very good examples for each of those for being the worst part. How's that sound? Keep up the awesome work, he says. LP Scott says, hi Mark, I went to BCW, No Blood, No Sympathy, in my hometown of Kilmarnock in December, and it was a great experience to go to a Brit Rest show, and I wouldn't have gone if it wasn't for you. You see what I mean when I talk about doing my Future Shot reviews and that. If one person goes, hey, look how much he enjoys that British wrestling, I want to go and try that. Just one person does that. Happy boy. You banging on about it all the time made me think I had to go. Thanks. Question, have you ever been to BCW, and are there any Brit Rest companies you would say are must see? I haven't been to BCW because they're based up in Scotland, young man. Brit Rest companies, so you've got a personal preference here, because there's certain ones that I go to, certain ones that I avoid. But the ones to watch, right, I would say PCW and Progress and Southside are the 3 that a casual fan should watch. No, actually, no, I'll change that, right? PCW and Southside are the ones that bring in the most imports. So there'll be people on there, even if the whole rest of the card is British guys that you've never heard of, there'll be a couple of familiar names on the show. So you can go, oh yeah, I've heard of that guy. Let me give you a really good example of this, right? PCW have just announced for their Road to Glory tournament, which is on the 13th and 14th of March this year. So you've got all the usual British guys, but as well, Chris Masters, Alberto Del Rio, Uhaa Nation, John Morrison, Matt Hardy, and Eugene are all on that show, as well as the British guys, fucking yes. How's that sound? So if you want, they're the companies that I would recommend people go to, so that they can see their imports, but also what you'll come away with. I mean, this is a consistent as gravity sort of thing. Is that you'll be impressed by the British guys. I guarantee everyone I've ever spoken to who's gone to a Brickware show to see an import has come away going, oh, yeah, that guy was good and that guy was good. I never thought, I didn't realise how good this guy could have been. You know, something like that. That happens a lot, consistently. So yeah, I would get, for imports, it's Southside or PCW because they tend to use the same guys. Obviously, Future Shock are my babies. You know, it's not a coincidence I'm wearing this. Future Shock, my home promotion. I absolutely love them. Storyline based, as is Progress down in London. They can sell out their shows in record time. It's incredible. And the other one from a personal note is Fight Club Pro down in Wolverhampton, because I've been to so many different wrestling promotions. I've been to so many different shows. You'll never ever experience an atmosphere like Fight Club Pro. There is nothing like it. Promise you that much. Hi, Mark. Which British wrestler do you feel is going to stand out? We've already answered. Also, this is from Captain Monotone 448, by the way. Do you think there'll ever be mainstream UK wrestling promotion in the future, as in TV deals, big arenas, etc.? I want to say yes, but I just can't see it. The thing is, right, say for argument's sake, you've got Future Shock, right, and they're expanding this year with their new promotion, with their new town, they're in a new town, new venue, new people coming up through the school, all that jazz. But that's their, that's about as, I can't, and they're going to do the on-demand service as well this year, but I just can't see them ever branch out bigger than that, because it's a lot, it's something like PCW could put on, or Progress could put on. We talked about part 1 about how Progress is selling out their shows in just ridiculous time at the moment. It's all a gamble and it's all risk. You can say, right, we've sold out a 1,000 seater venue, but if you booked a 1,500 seater venue, would you reckon people would come to it? Regarding on TV, again, it's an expense. Making TV shows is expensive, and whereas we may be getting some big crowds at the moment, I don't think many of those companies are actually making that much money. So I just don't know, is the best answer I can say. That I just don't know. Bosun Kennedy says, do you have a lot of haters ripping you on YouTube? What was just the dumbest thing that you've ever seen? I don't know. I mean, there's two that spring to mind. The first one is that some haters used a picture of my missus as their background picture on YouTube a few years ago, and it's one of those, I don't know why you're doing that, because that isn't going to make me angry, is it? Because you've got that photo from either Facebook or something like that, and if Lisa didn't want that photo to be out there in the open, she wouldn't have put it online. So why am I going to get mad about you putting it online? But no, the thing that will always bug me about the haters that I used to have is that they took UBW down. And the reason I say it's dumb is because it's... The thing is, if you don't like me, I understand it, but what have the other guys in UBW ever done to you? And it's one of those that they haven't done anything. And I always said that I just didn't understand it, because if you don't like me, surely seeing me getting bashed over the head with lots of things. Because don't forget, I used to get the shit kicked out of me in UBW, Surely seeing me getting owned is a good thing if you don't like me. And it's like I say, you spoil it for everyone. Remember our first show, Salvation, 2,000 views. It was for a while, it was the most popular vid I ever made. 2,000 views in its first week, and then it went on and on. It had 5,000 views in the end, something like that. And that was just one of those, look, this is just the start. This is our first show. Think about what we could do. And I think the UBW could have been a bit more successful and could have attracted a lot more talent if that hadn't happened. So that's the thing that bothers me the most. It's one of those, it might not be the dumbest thing, but that's the thing that bothers me the most. It's one of those, look, you spoiled it for everyone. You made it so that everyone got fucked over because of me. And it's like, but you don't like me, alright, so whatever. I don't get it. I don't understand that at all. We've got one about, what would your WrestleMania 18 WWF versus WCW winner takes all match card be if you rebook the pay-per-view? I wouldn't know where to start. Bobby Milvey, my God, we've got 2 left. Do you ever touch yourself while watching the bunny wrestle? Come here, Bobby, come here. I can't, because I am the bunny. Come on. Remember what we talked about before? I haven't got time to do the 3 videos. I fucking fly to the States all the time. Hang out with that prick Adam Rose. Jesus. UK Hilson! Our last question. Congrats on 1,700 subscribers. Buddy, my question is, what is your favourite all-time wrestler and why? My favourite all-time wrestler is Shawn Michaels. And why? Because as much as he was a whiny prick backstage, he was consistently brilliant in the ring. He had great matches with people that he shouldn't be having great matches with, especially in his early days. He would bump like an absolute bandit. And then when he came back for a few months, it was, oh yeah, whatever, we'll be able to see. But then, of course, he had his match with Jericho at WrestleMania 19, and and it just was just like, off he goes, fucking great. A second career that's even better than his first. Brilliant. How many people can you say that about? I mean, Jesus Christ, I'm a massive Rock fan, huge Rock fan. But when he came back a few years ago, I wanted him to go away straight away. It's like, please go away, Rock. You're not good enough anymore. You're just not the wrestler that you were. Shawn Michaels came back and said, I'm not. You're right. I'm not the best, not the wrestler I was before. I'm even fucking better. Yeah. The power of Jeebus, I suppose. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for all of your questions. We will do this again when we get to 1,800 subscribers. Hopefully that will be a long... It's one of those things, of course, is I want that to be tomorrow. I want more subscribers, but at the same time, if they come through slowly, that's not a bad thing. Right, just before we go, should we find out... At this moment in time, sorry about this, but I'm just curious. We have, 1,710 subscribers. So in 90 subscribers time, we'll do this all again. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of Question Mark. I have been Mark P. Thank you so much for your question. Thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed to me. Thanks to everyone. If you've put on your question, I've been watching for years. I can't stress how much it means to me. That I do crappy little vids recorded on my mobile phone that you guys enjoy. If you guys enjoy them, I'm a happy camper, all right? And that's all that matters at the end of the day, doesn't it? So, ladies and gentlemen, one more time, I've been Mark P. Thank you so much for watching. If you're watching this for the first time, this is the first vid of mine that you've seen. Probably not the best ones to watch as the first one. Go watch the 10 years ago vids, they're far more entertaining. But yeah, if you haven't already, click the subscribe button, leave me a comment down below, hit the like button, check me out on Twitter, check me out on Facebook, and I will see you all very soon. Take it easy, guys. Stop then, damn it.